Bonjour, my name is R.J. Ellory, Roger Ellory, and I am an author from Birmingham in England, and it is a great pleasure to be here in the company of wonderful people from Griffe Noir for the festival in Saint-Mois. I have published 3 books in France. There are 8 in England, and I am going to be releasing all my books in France over the coming years. But the first book that was released in France was this book, Seul et Silence, which in England was called Quiet Belief in Angels. And Seul et Silence is a book that begins in a very small village town in the south of America, in Georgia, in 1939, just at the beginning of the Second World War. And it's a story of a young boy who is 12, who loses his father, and he is raised by his mother. And there is a killer in the town who is killing small girls that belong to his class from his school. And he dedicates his life, dedicates himself to discovering the truth of what happened. And the book is really his biography, the biography of his life and the obstacles and difficulties that he has to overcome in order to discover the truth and reveal the identity of the person that is responsible for these terrible crimes. The second book is called Vendetta, and this is the book that was given the prize in Saint-Mois for Polar, which made me very happy because I'm always very privileged and honored to be here and to be acknowledged for my work. Vendetta is a very long book, and it covers 5 decades of the mafia in America and Cuba. And it again tells the story of one man, a Cuban, who as a teenager was indoctrinated into the mafia and moved from Cuba to Miami, and spends his whole life working with and in the American mafia. Always a stranger, always an outsider, because he is Cuban, but working inside American-Italian organized crime. And it deals with the mafia's effect in culture, society, film, music, their involvement in the death of the Kennedys, Martin Luther King, Marilyn Monroe, Jimmy Hoffa. And it deals with all of this history and brings us all the way up to present time. The last book, which is the 3rd book we have released in France, Les Anonymes, is called in England A Simple Act of Violence. This again is a serial killer novel, but with a difference. It is a serial killer novel that deals with the abuses of human rights that were perpetrated by the CIA in the war in Nicaragua in the 1980s, and the drug smuggling and the criminal activities that were carried out by the American intelligence community for various corrupt reasons. And it is the efforts of one man, a detective in Washington, Robert Miller, to discover the reason for the deaths of several women who appear to have no actual identity. And he works with his partner, Roth, to discover the truth of what happened. And in discovering the truth of these crimes, he uncovers corruptions that occurred 20 and 30 years ago that go all the way to the very top of the American government. And what happens and whether he exposes these criminals, you have to read the book and to find out. So I hope you will take an opportunity to perhaps look at these books, and I hope that you discover them to be pleasing for you. And we will continue to publish my books in French over the coming years, and hopefully we will continue to prolong my love affair with French readers. Thank you.